So can you talk a little bit more about what it was like opening for Skynyrd?
Yeah, man. I mean, that was a dream come true. It was really cool. I was really glad that, we got to catch Gary Rossington before he passed away. Johnny Van Zant watched part of our set from side stage. And, it's really cool to get to just like meet and chat with, Ricky Medlock's, unbelievable player. And all the other guys that play with him, like Peter Keys, are really unbelievable. And, it's an amazing show. And those songs are just, they're like obviously there's so many people's lives, but my parents being such huge fans, they were a big part of my childhood too, even though they came out, 30 years before I was, or 20 years, whatever, before I was, before I was a kid and experiencing
Mhm.
those songs. But they're just such timeless classics and such great music. And obviously I've covered a lot of them over the years in my life. But yeah, I mean, we got to do, I'm trying to remember how many shows we actually got to do with them. We actually, our first show back out of COVID was Gulf Coast Jam, and that was I think that was the last year before Gary Rossington passed away. So got to see them one more time at that big festival. But then pre-COVID, 2018 and 2019, we got to do a bunch of weekends with them, which was really cool. And yeah, man, and those shows were awesome because it was them, 38 Special, and then one. It was usually them two, and then a couple nights Hank Jr. and Cheap Trick were on there too. So that was
Mhm.
really cool. Like, Cheap Trick, and I've gotten to do a lot of shows with Hank Jr. and that's always a blast. His crowds are amazing, and he's a character, so he's really fun to get to play with. But yeah, man, all of those acts were idols of mine. So that was really an awesome tour to get to be a very tiny opening act for a small part of, but definitely bucket list stuff.
Yeah, man, talk about some songwriting heavy hitters that, you're on the same bill with. That's pretty awesome. It's gotta be a huge honor to be a part of that.
It really was. That was I definitely was kind of pinching myself that whole weekend, especially with one of the weekends being the one where the Morgan Wallen song, and we were getting to play it live at the shows, and having a number one song. Obviously, it was as a writer and not as an artist. So that's the next goal is the number one song as an artist. But still working on that one. But yeah, man, I've been super blessed to get to open for some of my heroes and write songs for some of the next batch of everybody, of the next cruise. The people coming up now, they're looking up to. I mean, I was looking up to Jason Aldean, but they're looking up to the Morgan Wallens and all those people. I, obviously like to think of myself as somewhat of a contemporary since I've been releasing music at least as long as a
Mhm.
lot of those people. But blessed to get to write songs for those people, and I love what they do, and it's a cool time. I feel like the country genre is really all over the place, and you can really do a little bit of anything as long as you can find a market for it. So it's a cool spot.